Hello there guys, welcome to another my live videos. So on this video I am going to be giving you my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference ahead of the game tomorrow against Tottenham, 8:15 kickoff at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has said quite a few interesting stuff during his press conference. But for the vast majority of the press conference, he was obviously talking about Marcus Rashford. He's actually praised Marcus Rashford because he's changed so many kids' lives. And I think, Rashford has raised around £20 million for charity. Don't forget, Rashford recently made the government perform a U-turn on scrapping free school meals. But obviously, reflecting on what Rashford has said to the government, he has made them change their mind, and free school meals have been extended for another 6 weeks. And, Solskjaer, has praised Marcus Rashford for this. He also said, Marcus Rashford is a top footballer, and he said he's a fantastic human being, and he's backed Marcus Rashford to become England captain in the future. Now, Solskjaer didn't say Rashford and Pogba, will be playing in the game against Tottenham during his press conference, but, obviously, they are fit. Marcus Rashford, of course, is now back from his back injury. He did sustain the back injury in our 1-0 win against Wolves in the FA Cup third round replay, was it? And like I said, he has been a big miss for us because overall Marcus Rashford's one of our best players, and he was one of our best players earlier on in the season before he sustained that back injury. But yeah, Solskjaer knows how much of a good player that Marcus Rashford is. Obviously, risen up our youth academy, been a United player since the age of 7, was in our youth academy for several years, and Rashford's been in our senior squad since 2016, and since then has become an integral part of our team and that. So this is, what Solskjaer, did say regarding Marcus Rashford. He also said, we've been doing very, very well in training during the lockdown because obviously, the last Premier League game we played was the 2-0 win against Manchester City, and the last game we did play was the 5-0 win against Lask and all of that. So there you go. Also, too, Solskjaer has given us some news regarding Angel Gomez. Solskjaer has said that Angel Gomez is close to signing a new contract with Manchester United. We have been locked in negotiations with Angel Gomez over getting him a new contract at the football club. Now, it did report out from The Athletic not too long ago. They did say that Angel Gomez is close to signing a new contract, but no agreement has yet been reached. Reportedly, the new contract we've offered Angel Gomez is around £30,000 a week. We have put forward quite a few contract offers for Angel Gomez, but obviously, he has turned these down. Angel Gomez has only made 6 first team appearances this season for Manchester United, but he's only made 10 in total since he broke into the senior squad back in 2017. But like I said, Angel Gomez's current contract does expire at the end of this month. So hopefully, we can get him a new contract. And if he can sign a new long-term contract, then I think Angel Gomez will get more opportunities at Manchester United. Solskjaer, did say during the press conference that Angel Gomez is a top kid, and he has been at the club for several years. I think Angel Gomez has been at Man United since the age of 8, and I think he's now 19 years of age. He became the first player born in the 2000s to appear in the Premier League, and became the youngest player to represent Man United since Duncan Edwards back in the 1950s. There's been clubs that have been interested in Angel Gomez. Chelsea have been in for him, Barcelona were in for him before, and so to Arsenal. I think on his current contract at the moment, Angel Gomez is on around £17,000 a week. So if he signs this new contract with £30,000 a week, he'll get a £13 million, 13,000 increase on his wages and all of that. So he said he's close to signing a new contract. Solskjaer's also given us some other team news as well. He's confirmed that Phil Jones and Alex Tuanzebe will be missing the game with injury. So, they will not be involved in the game. But apart from them two, Solskjaer has confirmed that we have got a fully fit squad for the game against Tottenham tomorrow. He knows how much of a big game this is, does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and that. It's going to be a difficult game as well. It really, really is. Of course, we need to win this game against Tottenham. Because obviously, we do want to get that top four. Definitely top four is a priority for Manchester United, because obviously we want to get Champions League qualification for next season. But there again, depends on Manchester City's 2-year European ban. If it gets upheld, then 5th place is a Champions League spot. But if it doesn't, then obviously, Man United have got to get that top four. But we want top four to attract players to the elite level, to help us have more of a competitive summer transfer market, and plus we will generate money. As it stands at the moment, we are sitting 5th in the Premier League, and we are just 3 points behind Chelsea in that. But Tottenham will know from their perspective. They have to win this game. To keep their top four ambitions alive. Because obviously, Tottenham can't win anything in terms of silverware this season. They're not in the Champions League. They got knocked out by Leipzig. They're not in the FA Cup. They got knocked out by Norwich. So top four is their priority. And Tottenham have endured a very, very difficult season in that. Like I mentioned on my preview, this is going to be our first visit to Tottenham's new ground. I think Tottenham, did pay around £1 billion for their stadium. I still think, Tottenham are paying their stadium off in instalments and all of that. I heard the other week that Tottenham had taken around a £175 million loan. By the way, we haven't done the double over Tottenham since the 2011-2012 season. By the way, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will be the 58th different away ground that Manchester United will be visiting in the Premier League. And I think we've won 13 of our last 27 away games against Tottenham and all of that. So we do have a pretty decent record against them. The bad news is, from a Tottenham perspective, of course, Dele Alli will be missing the game, like I've already confirmed with you. Dele Alli, don't forget, had been given a 1-game suspension from the FA for them coronavirus offensive social media posts. And he got fined around £50,000 for this. They're also missing Tanganga. They're missing Troy Parrott, I think, with injury. It's also been confirmed as well that Giovanni Lo Celso is a doubt for Tottenham as well. But the good news is, from a Tottenham perspective, that they have got Harry Kane now back, because Kane did sustain a hamstring injury in January, but he's been doing well in training. They've also now got Heung-min Son back of Tottenham, so that's good news, like I said, from their perspective. Like I mentioned to you guys on my video yesterday that I did, I went through with you how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will or can beat Jose Mourinho. I just think all we need to do is play with a high line, make it difficult, for Tottenham to play out from the back. We've also got to keep it tight at the back as well. We've got to get the likes of Rashford and that on the ball. We've obviously, got to create chances, and obviously, we have got to be clinical. But I think, we have got the tactics to beat Tottenham tomorrow. I think Solskjaer's going to approach the game correctly. He's got an idea, of what 11 he's going to go with tomorrow against Tottenham. I've already given you my starting 11 prediction anyway for the game. And I think, Solskjaer's got an idea of what formation he's going to go with tomorrow as well in the game against Tottenham. But he has been changing formation persistently this season. He has been going with a 4-2-3-1. Quite a few times he's been going with a 4-3-3. A few times he's gone with the 3-4-1-2. And I think in the games against likes of City and Chelsea, he went with the 5-3-2 formation. So we are looking to tactically nullify Jose Mourinho and Tottenham. Obviously, Solskjaer's looking to beat Jose Mourinho for the second time as a manager, because he's already overcome Jose Mourinho once this season. We did beat them at Old Trafford by 2-1 earlier on in the season. I think Rashford had scored twice in that game. But in that game, we really, really dominated the possession, created a lot of chances. We was very, very clinical in that. And if we can replicate in this game tomorrow what we did in the one at Old Trafford, then I'm definitely convinced that we can definitely win it. Solskjaer's looking to beat Jose Mourinho as well for he's looking to beat Tottenham, sorry, for the third time as a manager, because since Solskjaer got recommended in, he has beaten Tottenham twice as a manager so far. Well, we also beat them in pre-season as well, so if you want to count that, then we have beaten Tottenham 3 times. By the way, during the press conference, Solskjaer, I think, did mention Odion Ighalo as well, of how much of an impact he has made at Manchester United since he came in. We did get him on loan on January deadline day, from Shanghai Shenhua. Like I said, so far, Ighalo has got 4 goals in 8 appearances for the football club. I think 2 of them goals came against Derby in the FA Cup. One of them goals came against Club Brugge, and the other one, came against Lask. Don't forget, the other week it had confirmed that we extended Odion Ighalo's loan at the football club until the end of January 2021. So Ighalo's going to be at the football club for a further 7 months. Don't forget, with no option to buy Ighalo, there's no option to buy, obligation to buy. So at the end of the loan, I think Ighalo, will go back to Shanghai Shenhua and all of that. But I think now his starts will be limited because obviously, Marcus Rashford is now back. I've already given you the news on Paul Pogba. We don't know if he's going to be starting Paul Pogba. Solskjaer just said the fit, but he didn't say they'd start. It came out earlier on this week saying that, Paul Pogba will be benched for the game against Tottenham tomorrow. A lot of Manchester United fans have, been, infuriated with this, because there's no reason, why we need to bench Paul Pogba, because, Paul Pogba is now fully fit. He's been doing very, very well in training. Of course, the last game Paul Pogba played was our 4-1 win against Newcastle back on Boxing Day. And the last time he started from the start was back in September, Paul Pogba. So his appearances have been limited, so I haven't really had a perception on Paul Pogba. But I think Paul Pogba, is looking to make his first appearance for Man United in 176 days, and he's looking to make his first start in around 263 days and that. Because don't forget, Paul Pogba did have an ankle injury. But, I'm very, very excited about the prospects of Paul Pogba playing alongside Bruno Fernandes in our midfield, because I think, they are going to make a really good midfield partnership. And like I said to you, I think Bruno Fernandes is key to Paul Pogba's future at Manchester United, And Bruno Fernandes has recently been talking as well, and, he said he's very, very excited about linking up, Rashford and Paul Pogba, and he's excited about playing alongside Paul Pogba in our midfield. We did play West Brom the other week in 2 friendlies. We lost 2-1, then we beat them 3-1, and Paul Pogba played alongside Bruno Fernandes for the very, very first time. But I think that partnership, will work out, and I think that is the best midfield partnership in the Premier League. But I think, Paul Pogba will end up signing a new long-term contract at Man United if the partnership works out, and he'll commit his long-term future with Man United. As it stands at the moment, Pogba's got a year left on his Man United contract, but the club do have an option to extend it for a further year and that. But the good news is now we know that Paul Pogba's staying at the football club. Adnan Januzaj did say earlier on this week, who was a close friend of Pogba's and a former Man United player, he said, Pogba will stay at Man United beyond this season. He is our most expensive signing, is Pogba, because we did pay £89 million for the player and that. So it's good now, that his future has been resolved. Bruno Fernandes, though, he's enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. I think he's got, 3 goals and 4 assists so far for the football club. We got Bruno Fernandes in January in a deal worth around £65 million with add-ons included. And I think Bruno Fernandes did sign a 5.5-year deal at the football club. Definitely, one of the best players, or the best player we have recruited in since the Alex Ferguson era. So far, Bruno Fernandes has been given man of the match in every Premier League game he's played in. He won Premier League Player of the Month for February. And he was also exceptional on his debut against Wolves. Absolutely exceptional he was. He had the most touches, I think. Obviously, there was reports coming out the other week saying that Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes' positions have been changed. It said that, Paul Pogba is going to be our next number 10, and, Bruno Fernandes is going to be playing in the number 8 and that. What I'd do is I'd keep Fernandes in the number 10, and I'd obviously, put Paul Pogba in the number 8, and obviously, put Scott McTominay in the number 6 and all of that. So there you go. But it's going to be interesting to see how he approaches this game. Of course, Jose Mourinho was talking earlier on this week, telling people, that Solskjaer is way out of his depth at Manchester United. Of course, Jose Mourinho's reuniting, with Manchester United and that. Of course, Jose Mourinho is a former Manchester United player. Of course, Jose Mourinho did endure 2.5 years with us. He won the Europa League and the League Cup in his first season at Manchester United and also got a second in his first season. But I've already given you the main explanations why it didn't work out under Jose Mourinho. It's because he had bad disputes with the board, bad disputes with the top players, and the board weren't backing the signings that he wanted to recommend in. Jose Mourinho, when we had Jose Mourinho, he recommended 11 players in at Man United. So he spent around 400 million or just under 400 million pounds on players. I think in regards to Tottenham, I think they've made a bad mistake, by recommending, Jose Mourinho win. They shouldn't have recommended Jose Mourinho win because, quite frankly, Jose Mourinho's past his sell-by date as a manager. He's no longer a manager at the top level and all of that. But he has got a good pedigree behind him, reflecting on the amount of silverware and that he has won. I think when Tottenham did appoint Mourinho, didn't he sign a contract with them till 2023? He's on a good, is it? 15 million a year, something like that. With Tottenham, might be wrong. It's something like that. Anyway, he's obviously on more than what Pochettino was on. I can't see Mourinho seeing out his contract because, Tottenham have been very, very critical of him. Tottenham made a mistake by getting rid of Mauricio Pochettino. Of course, Pochettino endured 5.5 years with Tottenham, and analysing the vast majority of his tenure, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top four and that. He also progressed Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final last season, did Mauricio Pochettino, But, Tottenham have still got, players, that could cause us all sorts of problems. So we have got to be on our game, Tottenham, I think, their game plan will be to play defensive and then look to hit us on the counter-attack. Jose Mourinho's got a reputation, of parking the bus against, big teams, like he did in his 2.5 years at Manchester United and all of that. But we'll see. The good players Tottenham have got, obviously, they have got Steven Bergwijn. Very, very good. He's been a very, very good signing for Tottenham. Giovanni Lo Celso, it's good that he's going to be out for the game because he's pretty decent as well. Tanguy Ndombele, they got him last year. They've got other good players as well. Kane, Heung-min Son, Lucas Moura. Toby Alderweireld's a very, very good centre-half for Tottenham. They've got that Ryan Sessegnon. Didn't they recruit Ryan Sessegnon in last year? Don't forget Tottenham have let quite a few of their players go. They let Christian Eriksen go to Inter Milan in January, and they also let Danny Rose go as well. But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to this game against Tottenham, So let's hope, we can beat them and hopefully, we can continue where we left off because before the football season got suspended, we was in a good vein of form. We are unbeaten in our last 11 games in all competitions, don't forget. And like I said to you, we've got the easiest running out of all the Premier League teams. We've got 9 games remaining. I think the only difficult games we've got is the one tomorrow against Tottenham and the game against Leicester on the last day of the season. They're the only difficult games we've got. So analysing it, we should win at least 7 of our 9 remaining games. This is, what we should do. But like I've said to you, there's quite a few teams in that top 4 race. There's Chelsea, there's us. There's Tottenham, there's Arsenal, there's Wolves, there's Sheffield United. Of course, Sheffield United drew with Aston Villa 0-0 yesterday. In reality, Sheffield United should have won it because that, goal should have been given. I credit Sheffield United, they've had a very, very good season. No one expected them to be in the position that they're in, but I don't think, Sheffield United are going to get the top 4. But I think Chris Wilder's done a very, very good job. Wolves as well. So there's a lot of teams in that top 4 race. But I'm still very, very convinced, that Man United can get it. Like I said to we have got quite a few other priorities. We've got a chance of winning 2 trophies under Solsjaker this season. And that is the FA Cup. Because we're into the last day of the FA Cup. We have got Norwich in the quarterfinals. And we're also into the last day of the Europa League and that. So if we could win both of them, it would be a fantastic achievement for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United. But, we will see what happens. But if we could win both of them, or at least one of them anyway, it would be a memorable first full season for the Norwegian. Um, Obviously, the football resumed yesterday anyway, didn't it? There wasn't only the Villa game with Sheffield United, there was a City Arsenal game as well. City beat Arsenal by 3 goals to 0. Watched bits and bats of the game. Obviously, it's behind closed doors and all of that. It isn't the same, but at least football is now back. The goals were from Raheem Sterling just before half time. Obviously, the second one was Kevin De Bruyne from penalty, and the third one came from Phil Foden. But it was David Luiz that was accountable for Manchester City's first 2 goals because he made a mistake for Raheem Sterling first goal, and he brought down Raheem Mahrez in the box, so City could get a penalty. And of course, David Luiz got sent off. And there was a few injuries in the game as well. Pablo Mari got injured for Arsenal. What's his name? Is it? There was a City defender that got injured as well. Was it Eric Garcia, if I'm correct? Yeah, Manchester City defender. I think he'd been taken to hospital and that. So probably now top four is over for Arsenal, reflecting on that result. So that's not good for Arsenal. City do still remain 22 points behind Liverpool and that. So, there were the games yesterday. So, yeah, so that's your Solskjaer press conference reaction building up to the game tomorrow against Tottenham and that. But I am really, really looking forward to the game. Now, delve into a bit of transfer news as well. Because, like I said, we have got a lot of players on our agenda in that. Like I said, Tino, it's going to be interesting to see how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer approaches the summer transfer window. Solskjaer's already said he wants to make around 3 major signings or 4 major signings at the end of the season because he believes we need this to become title contenders next season and all of that. We need around 3 or 4 signings, yeah. And Solskjaer's already identified the areas in the squad where he does want to strengthen up. I think, we can enjoy the perfect summer transfer window. I really, really do. Because, the vast majority of our top six rivals may not even be in the summer transfer market. Got to make an admission regarding Chelsea. They've done really, really good business so far, Chelsea. Of course, they got Hakim Ziyech for 37 or was it £38 million back in February for Ajax. They've got Timo Werner now on the board. It's been officially confirmed, so they've done good business there. They try to get Kai Havertz. Obviously, Ben Chilwell is Chelsea's #1 priority target as well. So Chelsea have done really, really good business, and the summer transfer window isn't even open yet. But yeah, Solskjaer, I think, still wants to continue the policy of recruiting young British talents to Manchester United like he did do last summer, because 3 of the 5 players that he has brought in so far are obviously, British and all of that. Our transfer budget last week had been revealed. I think we've got around 269 or is it 270 million pounds to spend in the summer transfer window, but that should be enough for us, to get, the players that we do want in. But Solskjaer knows that he's got the backing of Ed Woodward for the summer transfer window, and he's also got the backing of the Glazers. The summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's 4th transfer window as Manchester United manager, and that because so far he's enjoyed 3 transfer windows at the football club and spent just over £200 million. And spent just over £200 million and all of that. Spent just over £200 million. But I've got to say, I have seen changes under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I've also seen improvements under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Don't forget, before the football season got suspended, Solskjaer did make an admission saying that a lot needed to be changed at Manchester United when he replaced Jose Mourinho back in December 2018 and that. Solskjaer has been at the football club now, is it like a year and a half or just over a year and a half? And I think he's been permanent Manchester United manager now for around, is it 15 months or 16 months or something like that. But yeah, so hopefully, Man United can finish the season on a high. Hopefully we can. Like I said, there's probably decisions that we've got to make, maybe for the remainder of this season. There's decisions we've got to make ahead of next season as well. Like I said, for the remainder of this season, David De Gea is going to remain our #1 goalkeeper, but David De Gea has been our #1 goalkeeper for several years anyway. Also, too, I think for the remainder of this season, probably Luke Shaw will remain our first choice left back. So there you go. But maybe next season, Dean Henson could be our number one, and Luke Shaw, Brandon Williams next season could be our first choice left back. So these decisions that Manchester United have definitely got to make. But I think next season is the big test for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because I think Solskjaer will be here next season. Even if we don't get qualification for the Champions League, I still think he'll be given another season at the club, because it is a transition period, and like Solskjaer revealed at the beginning of the year, he's hopeful that we can get through this transition period and that. But like I said, we've been very, very critical of Solskjaer this season. Very, very critical of him. Because obviously, earlier on in the season, we enjoyed our worst start to a Premier League season for 30 years. And, United fans have got different perceptions on Solskjaer. Some United fans think he's the foreseeable future for the club, and some United fans think, we need a manager in at the top level, such as a Pep Guardiola or a Jurgen Klopp and all of that. But, there's been a lot of problems at the club in the last 7 years or something like that. Obviously, being very, very critical of Ed Woodward. We've also been very, very critical of the Glazers. Woodward's been with us since 2012. So it's 2020 now, so Ed Woodward's been here. This has been his 8th year at Man United. The Glazers been here 15 years and all of that. And obviously, we've recruited a lot of players in the last 7 years. We've recruited over 30-odd players in since the Alex Ferguson era. And over the years, there's players who we've brought in who we shouldn't have brought in. There's players who we've brought in who we've got rid of who we shouldn't have got rid of. But we have made a lot of mistakes in the last 7 years and that. Maybe we shouldn't have got rid of Ander Herrera, or maybe we shouldn't have got rid of Romelu Lukaku and all of that. Maybe we give Solskjaer the job permanently. We give Solskjaer the job on a permanent basis too early. But we give him the job permanently, reflecting on what he did in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. So there you go. And that did confirm quite a few weeks ago that our net debt is 400 or just over 429 million, and our debt had risen up by almost 130 million pounds. But Woodward did say the other month that we will remain competitive in the summer transfer market, but he did say, won't do business as usual in the summer transfer market. So he ruled out big transfers to Manchester United. But like I've said, last 7 years, we've had different managers with different philosophies. We have spent close to the £1 billion range on players, and reflecting on that, we should be where Liverpool are in reality, but obviously, we're not. But yeah, Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since the Alex Ferguson era. Of course, 3 managers have gone since Ferguson: Moyes, Louis van Gaal, and Jose Mourinho on that. But like I've said, I've taken positives so far from Solskjaer's tenure. Brought 5 good players in, got rid of a lot of the deadwood as well, and Solskjaer knows planning to get rid of more of the deadwood in the summer transfer window. I think we are going to get rid of at least 5 players in the summer transfer window. So the decisions to be made in the summer transfer window as well. Solskjaer's also promoted the youth very, very well. The young players have, being given their chances. Greenwood's flourishing, Williams is flourishing and all of that. There's some young players that have found game time hard, but I do believe now for the remainder of the season they should get more opportunities. The ones that have found game time hard. Gomez should get more chances. Tahith Chon should get more chances. And James Garner should get more chances as well. They should get more chances. But more or less anyway, everybody's being given their chances, because when Solskjaer got appointed in, he did say, everybody would get their chances to express themselves. A lot of players' contracts have been extended since Solskjaer came in as well. I think we've got around 9 players' contracts. So it's about 8 or 9 players' contracts that are due to expire next year. So this is something else as well we do need to sort out and that. But I think the game on Friday against Tottenham is it Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 51st Premier League game as Manchester United manager. So hopefully, we can come out on top. Like I said, another one of the reasons why I think we're going to beat Tottenham is because we've done very, very well against the Big Six sides this season. We've taken 17 points against the Big Six sides this season. Beating City 3 times, Solskjaer's beaten Chelsea 4 times since he came in. Beating Chelsea 4 times since he came in. Drew with Liverpool, beating Tottenham twice already. So yeah, I'm very, very confident, Manchester United can win this game. But one thing we cannot do, and that is sit back and allow pressure, because, Tottenham will punish you if you do that. So there you go. So yeah, so that's your press conference and everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.